welcome to the Whiskey Advent Calendar for day 21. Going in blind, having the bottle marked up so we can't see what it is, trying it to see what we think, putting out notes, revealing what it is. Ooh, it's getting light. And then seeing if we were right or wrong. And then seeing if there's something we could compare it to. So, this is something that I recommend if you want to develop your palate. You should be doing this all the time. When I was always here at the tower, me and several coworkers, and I am still, my office has now moved to this side of the property. This was a habit back when my office was like right here. Me and several coworkers, we used to come down here once a week, sometimes more, and just blind pour each other's stuff. And then verbally talk through all of our analysis. And we would do this over and over and over. You should be doing that if you are really nerdy and you want to develop your palate and your notes for things without having to cue yourself for them. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. Most people just drink and enjoy it. Who cares? But if you really want to learn, best way to do it is blind tastings. It really is the best way to help your brain open up and understand things. And one of my favorite ways to do it is to go buy a bunch of 50 ml sample bottles and pour one for every whiskey bottle in your collection, or at least if you've got, hundreds, then, maybe pick 50. Label them 1 through 50, fill it out in a spreadsheet, and then let it sit for a while. And then every single day or every other day or once a week or a couple times on the weekend, reach into the box, pull a blind number, crack it, and do what we're doing right now. And then when you're done, pull it up on a spreadsheet or have someone else. It's always better to have someone else because every time you look at the spreadsheet, you remember what you put into things. So it's always better to have somebody else and say, this was number 14. I think it's this. What is it? And they'll go, oh, nope, it's this. Or, yeah, you did it. It's this. And then just mark on the spreadsheet, opened, and you're good. And then when you run out of those 50, start over. Do it with different bottles. It's nerdy but fun. Okay. Hey, interesting. Oh, I like that. This is really musty. Barley forward, husky. But it's like almond and deep earth and grain. And then like a pound cake almost density to it, really dense. This is a really nice nose. Not quite waxy, and it doesn't have that decay of fall leaves that I always get on like Macallan. It's a softer, more desserty, bready, but still in the background you're getting this husky barley note. Very, very simple, but pretty. Delicate, I would almost argue elegant. It doesn't feel as heavy-handed as like a Dalmore's dark fruit does, but it feels in the direction of a Christmas nose. I really like this. Earth and nut. Grain. I really like this, actually. This might be, I think this is a single malt, and if it is, it's one of my, I really haven't liked anything this much in the nose since, I don't know, which one was it that I really liked? I'm losing track. It's been a bit. I enjoyed Redbreast, obviously, but for a Scottish malt, which I think this is, I'm going to try it. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Weirdly, sunflower seed nutty. That sort of dry, sort of aftertaste of nuts and sweet fruit. Dark fruit, stewed fruit, cooked fruit, almost pastry fruit like pie. It's rich. It's very nice. Oh, that's really nice. There's sort of a tanginess to the fruit, though, that puts it in the direction not of sour, but just like a little bit of a little ding on the palate. What would that be that's not sour, but it's citric, maybe? No. Zest, no. Peel? The peel of a fruit, kind of dry almost. Oh, I really like this a lot. No idea what it is at all. Single malt, probably Highland. No idea what age, but I really like it. Let's find out what it is. Hey, Mortlach 16. All right. Now, Mortlach is a Highland distillery, if I'm not mistaken. I would never have guessed that. I don't have any good markers from Mortlach. The only times I've ever had Mortlach, it was like kind of fancy. So I think most of it goes into blends would be my guess, but the ones they do release as single malts are kind of like pricey and hard to get, because I have one Mortlach over here. I'll show you the bottle. I'm not going to pour it. The rare old, I mean, and it was not cheap, and it's really nice. So getting a Mortlach is going to be tough. So I would say that this goes in the subtle direction of a dark fruit, and as much as it's going to infuriate some people, I'm going to do it anyway. Love the Mortlach. I'm going to compare it to the Dalmore 12, which in my brain is a Christmas whiskey. A lot more coloring in it. Because look at that. It's a younger whiskey, but darker by a little. Oh, Dalmore. All right. Okay, so right out of the gates, the Dalmore has a way more waxy walnut direction. And the Mortlach has a softer, earthier vegetation like mulch and damp woods on a walk and overturned log, rotting log, but it's densely covered in all the same kinds of really fruit essence. Prefer the Mortlach a lot on the nose. Really like this. That Mortlach nose is great. This might be my favorite one so far. Yeah, the taste on this is where you get that like you go to the fair and you get those like sugar-coated glazed walnuts or pecans. It's that direction, walnut, wax, pecan, and then dense fruit, berries, a little bit of citrus zest, a little bit of barley funk. This one, earth and fruit and pastry. And the palate is all the delicacy and richness, but not as heavy and as this. But it's a little more delicate in its weight. It's like the difference between satin and velvet, if that makes any sense. Mortlach satin, Dalmore velvet. Velvet Elvis. It's not Velvet Elvis, but that's funny. Much prefer the Mortlach, but if you like this, Dalmore is going to be directionally in the same family in my brain. I hope that helps. It's fun. This one was great. Day 21 came out with a bang. All right, cheers to you, and I'm really glad you're here.